Hello Ospreys, my name is Tony. Every week I scour the indie game website itch.io and pick 5 games to play. This week I decided to look at 5 games under the popular tab of itch.io. After playing through them, I'll tell you which games you'll enjoy and which you should avoid. This is Games Jam. Wild 9 is a cowboy scooter shooter that is about 30 minutes long and is super fun. I really love this game's aesthetic. It's made by the same people who made Featherfall, and it is just as good of a game. There are a few glitches overall, i.e. scooters clip through stuff quite often and respawn at random. Besides those, the game is pretty good at functioning normally. I like all the guns and the upgrades, but I didn't really get a chance to use them. I wish the game gave you them at the beginning so I had more time to get accustomed to them and use them regularly. And also, I wish the game would let you use them on scooters, as I feel like a lot of combat does take place on a scooter, as it's the fastest way to traverse anywhere. I also wish there was more to the landscape. Right now it's pretty barren, and I wish it were more interesting to explore and make me want to actively explore it. I really love the health bullet heat system. I do wish the heat aspect was used better though. Like, the initial idea works well, where you have to be in the shade in order to not overheat and die, but I feel like it gets immediately removed because they add in this coolness aspect that makes it so that you don't even have to worry about it. I would have liked that there were clouds that made it easier to fight in, and you had to be very particular about where you position yourself and where you are so that you don't overheat quickly and die, and it would have made the game slightly better in my opinion. But I really like the concept of the game, and I think it's really good, and I think that you should give it a play. I'm gonna keep this short. Subminimal is not good. It's trying to be a rhythm game, but it's just a bad game. Things spawn in ways that are impossible to avoid, and often you have to take damage or miss a block. This game thinks it's a deep experience focused around sleep and psychedelics, but it's just pretentious and bad. I wish I didn't play this game. Grabdackle is a demo that is already an amazing game. It's adorable, charming, and fun, all wrapped into one little cute package. It's a bit generic mechanically, the usual Zelda top-down affair, but the flair the game adds makes it infinitely worth playing. I love the crayon-esque visuals, and I think they make the game what it is. The music is also great. It makes me feel like I am in a joyous adventure. Everything in this game is oozing charm, and it makes the game just so fun to play. And it makes it so refreshing in a world of very generic games. Just this unique little experience that kind of reminds me of a Yoshi's Island kind of vibe. I would really recommend playing this game, and I would highly recommend that you donate to their Kickstarter, as this game has a lot of potential, and I would really like to see it finished. Tiny Little Lights is a game that has good ideas but needs a bit more on the execution. I really like the idea of having each person have lights that illuminate the path, but I wish they could be more accurately placed. As it is right now, I really only stop them to prevent them from falling, and I didn't use them in any kind of strategic way. I could still clearly see the path, despite not having everybody trying to illuminate it, which means that I feel like the game devs didn't realize the level of darkness that they needed to successfully show off their idea. I think it's a good idea, And I think making the game darker would actually make it a challenge of choosing where to place people, how to, or even to try to grab them because you don't know the path. And I think it's interesting, but I think it has potential, but I really don't want to recommend it outright. I still think it needs a little bit of work, but I still think it's fun, but it just needs some work. And the developers need to do just a bit more to make it a really great game. Backland is a really disappointing game. I'll start off with the good. The game has a great foundation as a 3D randomly generated platform focused around collecting beacons. I really like the acid rain concept, as I feel like it makes you really think about when you're going and lets you take in your surroundings and figure out where you need to go next. I really like the energy system, where you fill up beacons with a battery that you have on your back, but sprinting also drains that energy, meaning that you have to be careful about where you go and make sure that you pick up batteries and have enough energy to still run away if you need to. But let's talk about the bad of the game. The camera is absolutely terrible. It's hard to control, it zooms in and out seemingly at random, and it's way too close to the player by default. It makes it hard to see where you are or what you're doing, and sometimes I can't even... It was hard for me to even tell if I was actually in a place because of how finicky it was. If the issues are ever fixed in this game, I would really recommend it, but as is, the game is almost unplayable. Hey, thanks for watching, Ospreys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at UNF Spinnaker TV. Remember to stay safe and wear your mask.